Well, hello, welcome to Pressure XP Live. Um, had some time here and wanted to do a run through of Earth's space dock here. Our character just got, our science character that is, just got to the 26th century and uh, basically, what, yeah, sorry about that. Welcome to Pressure XP Live. We're going to be doing our we just finished up the Agents of Yesterday new character 23rd century playthrough. Um, Agents of Yesterday, we just finished it up and we just arrived on Earth Space Dock in the current century. So we completed the mission by talking with the logistics officer, and what we're looking at is trying to kind of get ourselves situated in the 26th century here. So we're just going to walk through some of the uh, uh, some of the tasks that they're going to have us do here. There's a couple of them, and I could sort of help you get to know, the 26th century Earth space dock because it's a little bigger and a little bit more difficult to get around in if you're not familiar with it. So I'm going to talk to the logistics officer since we literally just showed up here, and we'll see what about getting the Welcome to Earth space dock started here, which is technically part of the, Klingon War, combination of episodes, but really has nothing to do with the Klingon War. But what we've got here is you're scheduled for a meeting with top brass, so you might want to update your uniform beforehand. The Admiral can be a stickler for that sort of detail, after all. So we'll just get a little bit of experience, which is rightfully so. There's really not much going to be going on with this uh, character here, so or really not much, going on here except for just learning what's around Earth Space Dock. So go ahead and accept that. And welcome to Earth Space Dock. And in the beginning they never really had these blue lines that sort of show you where to go, and that's really what this is. They show up occasionally, really rarely, to help you find locations. I can think of maybe two or three episodes off the top of my head that people are just getting lost in, and they implemented these blue lines to sort of help people figure out exactly where to go. Um, because as you can see, Earth space dock here is a little big. So one of the big things is if you hit the letter M on the keyboard, unless you've changed the key bindings, these orange circles will usually show you primary goals of where you're trying to get at. White ones are usually secondary. As you can see here, we have a new officer, the Hail Starfleet to report. And basically that's a secondary, so it's showing up as white. Sometimes the primary show up as green or yellow. So, but we're going straight to here, and luckily they've implemented this blue line here to help us find it. So, and we're going to speak to the outfitter. Welcome to my shop, Lieutenant Commander. That's a fine replica uniform you have there, late 23rd century, yes. My compliments to your replicator. Now, if you'd like to update to something from this century, have a look around and let me know if there's anything I can do for you. Thank you. So, and I think that's just about it. So we'll go ahead and go to the tailor real quick, just to sort of show, you can modify everything that was originally in the beginning when you were creating the character. So literally everything if you wanted to change it, you could. So we're just not going to do any of that right now. So we can do that at a later point. I'm not going to do it on there, but you should have like up to like 4 different slots. So if you want to try different um, combinations of clothing, you can save them just by clicking up here and like right clicking. You can change outfit, and it will have like all your outfits here. So no matter where you're at, you don't have to come to this guy. You have to come to this guy to change it, but you can change your outfits just by clicking here and clicking on one of your options here. So, and as you can see, the arrows in the blue line have changed. So the next thing we're doing is going to the temporal agent Cray, which whoa, sorry about that. One of the nice things here is that what we're doing is we're going to become a temporal agent by getting something from him here, and that's one of the reasons why I'm wanting to complete these characters and do this complete walkthrough here. So, and here he is, Philip Cray, and we're going to talk to him. Welcome to the 25th. Oh, it's 25th century, sorry. Lieutenant Commander, we've been expecting you. Your new cover identity is in place, and Admiral Quinn's expecting you in the office behind me. Report to him for your orders. Remember, do not tell anyone about your status as a temporal agent. Your goal is to observe and correct, not to interfere. Understood, and thanks. Temporal agent. And by talking with him, we get this nifty little device right here, temporal agent. Um, and temporal transponder, and there's a bunch of stuff that goes along with this apparently. So that will open up throughout the game. So it's a whole bunch of gameplay. So we'll go into that a little bit later. That's an episode upon itself here. So you're now a temporal agent. You have a unique trait that gives you bonus dilithium ore to you and your teammates. Oh, neat, nifty. So I'm gonna click here to continue. As a temporal agent, you will be able to earn as many additional rewards as you complete later missions. Okay, to earn many additional rewards as you complete later missions. Okie dokie. So with that being said, we basically done there. Report to Admiral Quinn then. That was the big thing for this character, is just getting that one little device here.
Ah, come in. I've been expecting you. I've recommended you for a command position on board a ship of the line. There are several fine ships available for an officer of your caliber. Head to the shipyard to select your new ship, then return to me for your assignment.
Okay, so continue. And we exit out of here. And let's pull up the M map. And yellow, orange is going to be our primary mission here. So the primary thing that we're going to go do is go over into this area to get our stuff. So, and just in case you're wondering, here is Admiral Quinn's office right here. Here's Philip Cray. We came in from this direction. And if you pull up the map, that's going to be this way. The walkway is like around here and this way. So if you're new, it's kind of hidden back here. It's like hidden behind the waterfalls. So you just go through here and back here. So, but I like to really detail that, especially in a walkthrough, because it just gets a little complicated sometimes with these, especially when you're a new character. Guess they're happy to be here. So, and what we're doing is we're going to be going to the ship's yard to get the ship. Starship ships and requisitions. Congratulations on your promotion, Lieutenant Commander. Admiral Quinn has cleared you to select a ship to command. There are several impressive vessels. Take a look at my store. The starships that are approved for your rank are listed there. Continue. So I'm here to help you choose a vessel you would like to know. What would you like to know? Get a new starship. Browse. So what we're gonna do is we can literally choose any ship here, appropriate to our rank, obviously. Um, and what we're gonna do here, I think to start out with, is going to be put this in here under the particular rank that I am. So, and as you can see up here, it's Lieutenant Commander. So we're gonna pick Lieutenant Commander. And that means we can choose this ship, which is the Constitution class, Excalibur. I like Excalibur personally, but Constitution is, the classic version of it. And so that's a cruiser style from the 23rd century. So basically, time frame from which we came. Command strategic maneuvers. We can also pick an escort, saber, and rapier, and an Ushan, which is this style right here. So I kind of like escorts personally, but in this situation I might go with something else here. So and let's see here, we got a science vessel, buy ship. I think this is the science, I think I have access to this one right here because they did a giveaway and gave away the science ship here. So Bora Nova. I'm just sort of showing you some of the variants that in starting out here you can get. So Quasar and the Rhode Island, which I personally do like the Rhode Island style here. Um, Retrofit, and these here you have to purchase with a Zen here. This is a temporal vessel here. Now I'm going to pull up the lieutenant ships here real quick. This is basically a rank below where you're at. This one costs in. This is the Enterprise ship, which is showing that I have to buy, but I could have swore I had access to that. I thought that was something that you were able to claim, but maybe I have to claim it in the Z store first. But anyway, I'll worry about that later. But this is a lieutenant, so basically it's a step down from where you're at. So um, looks like you can buy a couple of ships here. We have access to like a captain's yacht right now, and we can buy this with credits eventually. Delta class shuttle I used to have, but I guess I don't get it anymore. Peregrine fighter. And see, these are lieutenants. So these are like the lowest level ships that you can find. So it's like a cruiser. This is like the start hour ship for a regular character. So we're literally starting lieutenant commander. So we're already past this level is basically what they're trying to tell us. So we're going to go with our lieutenant commander. And just like it says, I'm just going to make sure we don't have a commander key here. So, and we can buy these with, you know, dilithium it looks like. So, but we're going lieutenant commander here. So I kind of like the idea of, I believe I have access to the Rhode Island. See, these two are technically the same, but if you notice here with the consoles, it has an additional console slot. So really there's no reason for me to go with this one because I have access to this one because I already have it. So for right now, what I'm tempted to do is because this is a science character, I'm going to go ahead and claim this one because it's free, but I'm also going to claim this cruiser here. So because I know there's better escorts later in the game to where I think this one is going to be a little bit more entertaining. So we'll go ahead and get that one. The Felix, huh? Ooh, not sure I'm crazy about that name. Random. Bernicula, Bonanza, Helicon, Umbria, Shanghai, Holm, Stolberg, Netherland, Magnolia, the USS Magnolia. That's better than what was there, so. Okay. Okie dokie. So, you have. So, I've already claimed that, and because I have access to this and it doesn't cost me anything, I'm going to go ahead and claim this free. Okay. And so now I have a science ship, which is a science character, and that would be really beneficial. So, Cotton, huh? I'll keep that. Why not? It's cute. And I don't have access to any of the rest of these lieutenant commander ships. So, with that being said, we have selected our ships. Now, we pull up the map, and it says speak with Admiral Quinn because we've selected our ships at this point. We're probably going to have to come back over here and, ready our ship because if memory serves here, we're still in our utility cruiser. So I'm just going to continue on with the instructions here, speak to Admiral Quinn, but I have a feeling we're going to have to come back over here and actually set ourselves up with the ship. Okay, now we're going to go over here and talk with Admiral Quinn. And again, walked all the way through here, past the waterfalls, and into his office that kind of curls around here. So always look for the yellow.
I see you chose a fine ship with a top-notch crew, one of Starfleet's best. I hope you're ready to get back out there. A situation has come to my attention, and I'd like you to look into it.
Okay, and we get a little bit of experience here. Welcome to Earth Spacedock, and basically this just resolves Earth Spacedock at this point. So if if we pull up the episodes here, we're in the Klingon War story arc. Basically, we completed this right here, and basically the next one in is going to be stranded in space. But I'm not going to end there. And actually, I want to kind of, you know, get into this a little bit more. And for a starter character, you really kind of need a little bit more uh, going on here before we can move on. So what I'm going to do is it's the next thing here. It says new officer, hail Starfleet to report. And actually, what we're going to do is we can hail Starfleet two ways. We can click hail Starfleet here, bring up the episodes, or not episodes, sorry, bring in progress here. And as you can see, new officer, and you can hail, and we can talk to the person this way and interact and pick our person, or we can come to you know, this white dot, this white circle here. So, and she's like, and this is one of the confusing things about this is there's different tiers here. See, Admiral's office is down here, and then, you know, some of these other guys are down here underneath this pavilion here. So we come down here, we talk to the requisitions officer, and basically, new officer who will be joining the crew of the USS BXP. And basically, we're getting some additional, you know, rewards here, and we get to choose our next bridge officer. And again, these aren't really that big of a deal. These are showing as green level. Ultimately, my suggestion is to eventually get purple level, you know, bridge officers, just because they seem to have some extra options to them. But really, nothing that big of a deal here. If you want an additional tactical officer, we're probably going to be going with you know, a science build, so some kind of science, you know, officer would be nice. I'm trying to see here what we already have. We have one, and I think we have under stations, when we pull up the character status, if you click here, it says you have 9 bridge officers. I bought some over in Earth Spacedock in the previous century, so I don't actually plan on using these, but I wanted to grab them just in case, you know, I might want them, because I can create them into manuals and stuff like that, because some of them have these special things where, as you can see over, oh, I can't move my mouse over it, but basically if you look over to the top, literally the first one under space abilities, it says beam array overload 1, it says 23rd century. I have no idea what kind of, you know, if that's going to really be any better or worse than the standard, you know, beam array overload, but they differentiated it for some reason. Why, I don't know, but they did. So might be able to create, you know, some, you know, manuals or something out of it later on. But for this moment, it really doesn't matter. I can resolve this if I want. There's really no one. I think they gave me a white level tactical officer that I did not add to my registry, because as you can see, you know, this guy's green, and this one's purple. So I've got a green officer, and a purple officer. And right now, green officers are definitely going to be, you know, beneficial. And I think we have one of each, of, you know, an engineer, we have our science officer, and our tactical officer. So we literally have one of each. Since we're science, I might just say go ahead and get another science one, especially a green, and just collect the reward. And let me just pull up the store and see if there's any. So you can spend some of your dilithium here if you want. And special officers. And I do have access to the androids, because I was, like, I've been around since beta. This is accessible to me, female android. So I'll come back and get this here in a little bit, and that's a purple level. But bridge officer assistance, greeting captain, my name is Gowan, and he's the science person that I literally just, you know, accepted, and click join, because he won't join your crew otherwise. Really, wow, creature. He's got has the creature thing where it's like his hands are held out in front of him, but he's like Bajoran. I'm like, no, I'll have to fix that later. But uh, but he's basically good. You just click OK, and you're in good shape. And basically, he will be on your, you know, you know, uh, roster then. So now you've got 2, you know, science officers. So the other thing I'm going to show you real quick here is going to be, and like I said, this is having to do with getting to know Earth's Spacedock, is we're going to go over here and ready our starship, because right now we have the old one. think we're only about 20 minutes into this, so that's still more than enough. Most episodes can go for 30 minutes or so, but I should be able to touch base on this and it'll be no longer than what I would like to keep it. Now, where we're at here is we're over here. We were over here with with Admiral Quinn, and we walked past the waterfalls again and all the way up to the front, and we're right here to the right. So as I come over here, literally, so I'm looking out here, over here to the right, we got, readying our starship. So, and basically it'll say select your ship, and a normal character is going, or most people are going to select this USS Magnolia because that's going to be the ship that you're getting, that you were requisitioned. I will be actually using the the USS Cotton here because I'm a science character and I would wanted to use that anyway, and it has an extra uh, slot. So we're going to ready that starship, and it also comes with this nifty little um, science console too. So ready that starship. We're going to pull some of the go ahead and pull some of the items over here. I think we've got phaser beam arrays, so we're going to go ahead and assign that. Go ahead and put this photon torpedo here as well, and really not much else going on here. I think this here is compare these two. This is 266, 270, and it's got crit severity. Anything you see with a crit severity or a crit, uh, something like that, go ahead and put it on there. It's definitely going to be worth it. Oh, sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. Take it off. And I'm going to put this, which one's better? Did I say 172? Yeah, this one's better. So we're going to put this one over here to replace this one because these two should be the same. Yeah. So with that being said, we've gotten two, and this should be better accuracy and accuracy. So 96 and 96. And what is this? Yeah, so definitely want to go ahead and put that here as well. So phaser beam, single phaser beam array. What is this called? Twin phaser beam array? 96? 115? Really? Single, double. I was on a twin phaser beam array, and it has a 250. Oh, really? Interesting. I'm not familiar with it being called a twin phaser beam array. So either way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this twin phaser beam array off. And what I'm going to do here is go back over here and take all this stuff off, because I'm more than likely not going to use this ship again. And I'll probably end up dry docking it. And dry dock is right here. Basically, any ships you're not using, you can throw in here. And it looks like I can dry dock up to 10 of them. So basically, I'm not going to spend my time having y'all watch this, but basically you just move anything over to your new character that you're going to be using, and once you've got it to the point where you're comfortable with it, science ships have this additional second deflector. You might have to go and buy one or something like that because they're kind of difficult to come by. So, but it'll be difficult to find the second deflector here. So with that being said, I'm going to move on past this because the next thing I want to do, because right now if you pull up your character up here, it will be right there. That's your new ship, and that's the ship that you're being issued. So with that being said, you're ready to go on your missions and stuff like that and start the next story arc for, oh, sorry, wrong one, Hail Starfleet episodes. In the Klingon War, we're ready to start, going into this. Obviously you would need to, adjust your ship with your settings, but you're in good shape there. So, and I don't believe that I have to be, it looks like Lieutenant Commander 11 to actually access the next thing where I was wanting to go into this. But basically it was the duty officer system, and I don't think, yeah, I'm literally like one thing away from being able to do it here. So probably gonna have to hold off and put that into another one, but into another section or another session. So let's go ahead and beam down to the Starfleet Academy. You just come over to the transporter pad, And this is one of the great things about this new character is it'll use the old style, you know, visualization for beaming, and it's just kind of a nostalgic thing if you like it. So now, with that being done, and like I said, I don't believe I'm going to be able to access it because unfortunately, I'm level 10 and not a level 11. But if you're going to be doing the bridge officer system, which is our duty officer system, which is right here, and it becomes available section 11 or at 11. And basically, what happens is you go down here and you see you beam in any number of places, but this is Earth's Starfleet Academy. Usually beam in anywhere around here. I've even beamed in into this building once before, but basically you're going to go into this building and over here, and there's also one you go over here as well. But I just want to show you where you're going to be going. So no matter where you beam in, you're going to go into this building. You're also going to go outside the building here, and there's also another one over here. So, and I'll sort of go into that here. But very important when you're getting into the duty officer system here. And I'll try to go into it in a little bit more depth. But I have, gone through this entire, beginning process and actually been at level 11, which is why I'm going over right now. So, yeah. So what we're going to do here is we come over here and we pull up the map, but we're going to talk to the personnel officer. And good morning, Lieutenant Commander. It's good to see you. Done. Now, when you pull that up normally, what's going to happen is she's going to say, hey, do you want some duty officers and stuff like that? And there'll be an option here for, asking for tactical officers, civilian officers, and things like that. But you want to talk to the personnel officer and this Lieutenant Ferrero. She should have a group of, duty officers for you as well. So I'm just going to show you where to go there. The next step is there's some additional ones where you get some additional duty officers by going around the building here. So if you go around the building to the outside, you come over here and you talk to these two right here, the Andorian and the Tellarite, personnel officer. And right now they just tell you, hello. But basically they're going to say start a duty officer assignment to get a free duty officer for an Andorian and a Tellarite, duty officer. So that's two more. The other one gives you like a group of them, like maybe 5 or 6, if not more, by doing the one inside. And these aren't an either or, it's you can do all of them. So, and once you've got those duty officer, assignments running, what we're going to do here is go over here. As you can see, this showed up now. It's a Vulcan personnel officer, and we're just walking through the courtyard here. I'm just taking the shortest distance here, or shortest, distance between 2 points here. I feel like it's a little lag or something, but anyway, and we talked to the Vulcan personnel, and also she's just saying good morning. But basically, she's going to have a duty officer assignment for you that will get you more duty officers as well. So right there, it's going to get you a number of duty officers so that you can start doing some of these duty officer assignments. Why is that a big deal? Well, you're going to get credits that way. You're going to get experience that way. You're going to get dilithium that way, and that's a great way to start maxing out how you get your dilithium. And the higher level duty officers you get, the better outcome you're going to get. You're going to get like rare, very rare, or ultra rare duty officers, and even epic duty officers. I think there's one, and it gives it to you during the game, so everyone should have access to it. But basically those will allow you to get better turnouts in these duty officer assignments. So you don't have to be showing up every day to churn the game. You could literally log in for a few minutes, run your duty officers. There's also going to be an admiralty system which runs off of your ships and things like that. And there you go. You've got your great just running it. You start them all, and then you log off, and then you log in like a couple of days later, and they'll have all these projects done, and you get all this dilithium experience, and maybe even some research and development items and things like that, just by running those duty officer assignments. So, and from there, I think that is it. That's basically what I would consider a good intro to, or getting to know Earth Spacedock, because really if you're going to be starting out, that's really what you need to know. I will show you one last thing here, and it's basically just needing to know, where and how to do something. So I'm going to go over here to inside the building. This is also available on Earth Spacedock and a number of other places. But right here, you have three people that you can interact with, and you can access a bank, an exchange, and your mail. So you access your bank. You have a bank right here, and this is your personal bank, so you can just store things in it. So no matter what happens, it's never going to go away or anything. So, like for instance, I'll grab this, battery, and I can put it in, and it's, personal bank, and I can disappear with it, or I could leave it there and free up space in my inventory that I carry around with me. So when you click on bank, you also have an account bank, which you can share between all your characters. As you can see, I've got a bunch of stuff in there, so a bunch of things I need to clean it out. But you can also share credits this way too. So as get funds, you can either withdraw funds out of here, like 1,000 withdrawal. See, and now I've got more funds. Or when here I can just put the funds back, deposit. There you go, put the funds back. So it allows you to sort of move. If you're wanting to spend time on one character, you can. It allows you to really be able to kind of you know specialize. You don't have to, literally you sit there and grind every single character. You can, come in here, do an episode, and then switch over to what you might consider maybe your primary character or something if you want. So, the exchange is a great way to buy things. So if you just want to, so I'm just going to do a quick search here. Just going to say lockbox keys or something. Well, actually, let's do consoles and do engineering. And let's say we want to do something in an uncommon. So you just search, and you've got all these items you can pick from. So if you can't really find what you want, and you need a console, you can come here and purchase it right off of the exchange without having to do any kind of big thing or big projects or spend a ton of money. Sometimes these things are cheap. Sometimes, usually these items are of higher quality than what you can get from, like, let's say the NPCs or the stores in game. So please, you know, take that into mind. Sometimes the pricing is a little off in here, but usually the quality of these items is better. Usually they're, white. As far as rarity items, it's a white rarity. These are going to usually be green or you know blue or very rare, rare, or epic. So, but you get to choose which one it is. Usually, most of the other ones and other NPCs are going to be like a common, especially in Earth Spacedock and at the Academy. So, the next thing is your mail. So if you want to email things to yourself or to another character that you can't put into your mailbox or to your into your account, bank, you can basically compose and drop them into here. So if I wanted to, I could grab this, drop it here, and email it to one of my other characters. So, and you just send it off to them, and then you can do it. And you can send bridge officers this way, or duty officers. I think you can send bridge officers this way. I'm not really sure. It's been a while. So, but ultimately, things that normally don't go through the bank can go through here. So, but those are very useful, to know that are here as well, and allow you to interact and save, and basically allow you to operate within the game. So from there, I think that's it. I'll probably do something else later on this here, but basically with your characters, you've got skills, traits, stations, and basically you assign people to the different stations on your ship, and so like going, this is why we chose that science character right here, so that we'd get more of these slides, and you can customize these, and I'll go into that later. And then you've got the reputation system, which opens up later in the game, so which is really nice. There's a lot of neat things with that. So there's also the C store and the dilithium store. Really won't be dealing with that too much in the beginning unless you have some cash in the game, or like Zen, which is the currency in the game. Um, but ultimately, I think that's gonna be it. I don't really have anything else, especially with getting to know Earth Space Dock, because Earth Space Dock is, although because this is getting to know Earth Space Dock, I will beam up to Earth Space Dock real quick and just show you where the exchange and the mailbox and the what is that? The what is that other thing? Uh, the the bank, the mailbox, and the exchange are on Earth Space Dock. See, and here's where we beamed down to Earth Space Dock. We were, on the transporter pad right here. So basically, we walked over here to transport down to Earth Space Dock, and now we're going to leave, and we're going to go literally all the way to the other side of the station. This is where it says exchange. Where basically most of the stuff you're going to be interacting with are going to be right over there. So, and so we walked from over there to over here, and it even says exchange right here in stellar goods and energy credits exchange. Things are really well marked here now. The first gen's Earth Space Dock was completely different. But here's the bank where you can access your bank in the account. When you get into a fleet, there's also access to the fleet bank there. Over here, next to the thing, we've got mail. This is where you access your mail. And then over here, this is the exchange. And the stuff up here actually is meaningless. This stuff here, this is how you start interacting with it. And you can, do a quick search for like lockbox keys or whatever, which are like 5 million right now. So, but yeah, that's a good introduction to Earth's space dock at the moment. They covered most of the rest of the stuff at this point. I really don't think that there's much else to really go over, especially on an Welcome to Earth Space Dock, episode here. But if y'all have got any questions, please let me know. Um, I'd love to get feedback. I'm trying to do these live, unscripted, things like that. So I have a general idea of what I'm basically going to go over, but I basically think about what I would want to know when I'm putting this together, and I try to go over everything. So if y'all have got any questions, just put them in the comments below. Shoot me a text or whatnot in the chat and everything. But ultimately, I think that's it. If any ideas, just throw them out there. And Lord willing, I will see y'all next time.